Do you miss stopping by our booth at the Minnesota State Fair? Well, fear not, because you can shop our KFAN Pro Shop now to stock up on your favorite new designs. Get them soon before they're gone. That's KFAN.com, keyword store to shop today.
Yeah, man. There you go. I was listening to the Bets and Quotes podcast when they were doing the tournament, you know. They were unimpressed with our T-shirts this year. They said we got to go back to the drawing board. And I got some ideas.
Heck yeah.
I'm just glad every show got their own shirt.
We got one, didn't we? Mm-hmm. I think they posted about them at U.S. Bank
Silly, slutty mornings.
That works.
Okay.
That works. Who's the slutty one?
OU? Oklahoma University? Hey,
it's
Ben.
the best spelling you've ever done.
Yeah. What's up, bud?
Thank you.
Who's the best college football team in the nation? Go.
Good question.
It's a great question.
Gophers.
Gonna have
Mussman's here.
Oh, hi, guys.
Mussy Whales.
You guys come here often?
Whoa.
Only once on accident.
Whoa. Jesus.
You know, I don't even really know who is the best right now. Tennessee. Yeah, there we go.
Texas.
Alabama.
Boy, Texas looks really
How about
They're
that?
loaded.
Georgia. Alabama.
I'm not feeling Georgia this year. Yeah. I know Carson Beck is going to be only first rounder and all that stuff. You know, it's hard for me to now. See, the thing is, I can say it now and I can cheer for them now that they're not in the Big 12. But Texas has always had all the talent in the world. But the way that they run their program, they just never get those guys to play at the highest level. What they're doing down there right now, there's something special going on with Texas. So I'm going to cheer for Texas, I think, for the short term right now. It'll change probably next week.
I like Texas and Tennessee because, to your point, it's not Alabama or Georgia.
Yeah. And I love Tennessee because, it's a South Dakota guy that's at the helm of that program.
Oh, is that
Josh Heupel. So
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Had a sack against him in the Big 12 championship game. No big deal.
NBD.
That's sweet.
NBD.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
You know who else is really good? Ohio State.
You got to give us time to guess.
Well, but you wouldn't because you don't care.
I was going to say Ohio State.
You see, you got it.
I knew he had it on tip of his tongue.
Yeah.
Hi, Mussy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Muss.
How about this? I'm driving in. I had to do a coffee spit take right on my dashboard.
Why?
Because you guys are talking about donks and the Menendez brothers.
That doesn't sound like us. Are you sure you were listening to this show?
And then what did you
call
call
Vikings Monday?
Jerry Jones, he's a meat peeker?
He's a meat peeker.
You guys go right into commercial break, and the woman that's doing the traffic, who sounds like she's been pulling heaters most of her life.
Oh, hell yeah, lucky.
She just all of a sudden goes, and there's a backup right there at the ramp at Johnson Street. I just was like, okay, that's too much.
Yeah,
What a
it's
mess.
too much wiener talk.
Good to know.
Yeah.
He listens to the traffic reports.
Hey, man.
What a sucker.
So did you do a spit take so you could make room or what?
Okay.
Ben.
Well played, sir.
That's hot.
Okay.
You bastard.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. I'm gonna do a little news.
That's hot.
Because it's that time.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey,
Hi.
presented by the St. Paul
That's right.
Saints.
And I'd like to take a moment here. Specifically, we'll get back to football momentarily because we are your Minnesota Vikings morning show. But let's take a moment to thank the St. Paul Saints, who wrapped up their 2024 season at CHS Field.
Same weekend the Twins did.
Brilliant.
That was a sports joke, Paul, just for you.
That's excellent.
Thanks. Another one of those jokes that you say is funny but don't laugh at.
Well, but
I can't get you to laugh. I can just get you to say that my jokes are funny.
But I think it's more of a sign of respect, the tip of the cap, the genius.
It was just for
There's
you.
a lot of cap tipping going on.
I got a lot of
I don't
cap
even
to
really
tip.
care. I just wanted to try to get you to be engaged with the show. So I was ripping the Twins, and you just said, that was very funny.
Yeah.
Good job.
I think Sauce he just sits there and thinks because he's pretty sure you're making fun of him.
Yeah, correct.
No matter if it's
No,
not
I
even
was
directed
making
at
fun of
him.
the Twins just to try to get him excited.
Right.
Correct. I thought you were always going to make fun of me.
You got to watch the shower scene in the Menendez Brothers thing to get him excited.
Yeah, I texted Zach about it.
I'm sure you
watched
did.
it,
And somebody else.
And that person is really into it.
That person will be here Thursday.
You are correct.
The Saints finished the year 70 and 79. Thank you for everything, St. Paul Saints, and another great season and another beautiful summer under the sun. We'll see you again next year, St. Paul Saints. And Gardy, too. We want you to come in and play the initials game. Love that guy.
Gardy's son.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's right.
He's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Miyagi.
Well. Gardy's son.
Sorry, it took me a second.
Yeah, it took
me a second.
Is that a comedy critic? Is that funny?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, good,
Appreciate
good,
it.
good,
I
good.
chuckled.
I appreciate your stamp of approval.
I chuckled. No, you don't.
Chuckled.
I did.
Is there
That's
a
funny.
stamp of disapproval?
Yeah, Cory gives me one every 5 minutes.
He's a little slow today.
His beady eyes.
He
give me
pissed
the-
beady eyes?
I mean, he did that one time at the auto show.
He did. He did.
Man, that sucked.
Yeah, we laughed at you.
We
though.
laughed and laughed. I still laugh about it from time to time.
If you had told me in that moment, hey, the worst thing that's going to happen with this whole saga is you're going to pee blood into a urinal at a auto show, I'd go, well, that's not the end of the world. If you had told me that was the reason I was going to get a camera shoved up my crank, I'd say this is a terrible day for me.
This is the worst reality show ever seen.
And that's what happened.
Do you think that's somebody's thing?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't
It
forget,
is.
when I went to the doctor later that day, and that gal was asking me about this and that, and we were walking through my diet, and then she was asking about energy drinks, and I'm like, 1 or 2 a day, and she goes, yeah, that's got to stop. And I'm like, oh, for how long? She goes, permanently.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to
Starting
her.
to think a camera up your pee-pee hole wasn't as bad?
Didn't listen to her.
Yeah.
Probably should, but it's too good.
Yeah. I'd want it Saturday. They're excellent.
Awesome story.
Got it at Holiday.
You had a colonoscopy?
No, I got a energy drink.
We
Oh,
have
great.
no interest in what's
I know.
going on.
Yeah,
I can
no.
see that in your pissed beady eyes.
I had breakfast on Saturday.
I don't care. Oh, what would you have?
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
No, but it was part of the story. You had Dildoian?
Hey, this is a Diddy party?
Where am I from?
Dildoian.
Where I know that's what I am, but
Yeah.
where is that? What continent is that on?
A land far, far away.
Such as
Russia.
How do they do battle there?
He'll tell you.
A lot of swordplay?
not allowed to say. Anyway, back to the news.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry.
I had an energy drink on Saturday. Okay. Something happened? Nope, just I consumed it. Awesome.
I don't even know how to follow Dildonia.
Can you imagine, Ben, on Twin Cities Live, you guys have host chat or whatever, right? That first segment of host chat. Can you imagine if Elizabeth just cracked open the mic and she's like, Ben, I had a coffee yesterday.
To that, I'd
And?
say, yeah, good for you.
And?
Follow up?
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
A guy in North Carolina got released from jail, then stole a utility truck 2 hours later while the worker was still in the truck's bucket with the boom arm extended.
Whoa.
Frank Moody lived up to his name, facing charges for larceny and of a motor vehicle and assault with a deadly weapon. Interesting. I hear some people in the community talking about it.
I've been up 80 feet, and you're that far up in the air, just the wind can shift and make you move, rock back 2 or 3 feet. He had to be terrified.
I feel for that person's family. You know, he was just doing what he was supposed to do.
Hang on. That's the chick that plays Hotlines on Wednesday. That's your Delta Burke impression.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have her. She's here with us right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what happened with this bucket thing?
Oh, he had a hard time his way up in the bucket. I don't know. He's up and then the car started riding and he said, "Oh Lord, this is tough." I'm like, anybody got a chicken sandwich named after him?
I tell you what, that is the voice of a woman that I would love to have around me when I'm not feeling very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She would be so comforting. I'm like, you know what? Everything is going to be all right
Little
today.
Ben, I want you to lay down.
Southern nurses.
Yeah.
A+.
Just one baby from her, and it cures all woes.
I'm going to take this Vicks Vapo Rub and put it on your schlongy.
Oh, my God. You're
It's going to make you feel, but I know you got a headache, but this is where it goes.
Muss thinks he's listening to a traffic report.
I loaded that in and did it just to do that voice. I love it. I love that voice. I love that lady. You're so right. She gonna make you some chicken soup.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna give you some butter bread too. I'm gonna heat it up a little bit.
Oh, imagine if you just like your car broke down. It's a cold, rainy night, and you just like go up to the first farmhouse that you see just to get shelter and just like get in for the night, and then she answers the door.
Yeah. Oh, hi, honey.
Hawk says,
Is there something wrong with you, baby?
She's going to make it all go away by just letting you rest on her bosom.
Here's what I'd like you to do.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am, but my car broke down just down the road.
It's okay, baby. Come on in here. Will you lay your head right here for a second? Right there.
You mind if I get myself out of these wet clothes?
Do yourself a favor. Take them clothes off and place your head above my ample breasts. And tell me what's going on in your life that's making you so sad. I can see the pain in your eyes, honey. And what's this down here?
oh my, you need help.
Are you carrying a magic wand?
Ma'am, I'm just so grateful that you've taken me in.
Are you from the South as well, suddenly? I love her. So that's the news.
That's the news. Do we know what she looks like?
Oh, I do in my brain.
Yep.
Yeah, she looks like she'd been a librarian. She's wearing glasses.
Of course.
And she's buttoned up, right? But then she takes that top off.
Oh, relax.
And I'm going to need some help with the support once I take this brassiere down. So
I love it.
Son, you look like you got some big hands on you, but we're still going to need some help with these.
I love it.
Do you have a brother or a friend you like to call to come on over?
My God.
You started it, Paul.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's your fault.
How?
Hi. Hi, baby, come on in. Can you help Ben with these things? I got such bad
I like
problems.
how she doesn't discriminate by race or anything like that. She just lets everybody in.
Which is unique in the South.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Fantastic.
Listen,
Welcome, everybody.
I like all the flavors.
Wow. You have bad back problems?
Does it look like I got back problems?
You said because of your honkers.
Please don't call them that.
Yeah, that was over the line, dude.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Have you had vitamins lately?
No.
Do you know what this thing here is?
No.
Do you know what this is for?
No.
Come here and I'll show you.
Why am I weirdly turned on?
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, Muss is here.
Mussman? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
She knows you.
Oh, come on in. It's been a long time since I saw you.
Can't wait to see those amples.
Again. Do me a favor. Would you take my teeth out and put them on the counter over? Because we're about to get
That's
down
how we
to some
like it.
business.
Oh, yeah.
Right, now you're turning
Yeah,
rosy.
I know.
Wait a minute, Rosie's here?
No, not yet. He'll be here tomorrow.
Don't
She
let
knows
that some
Rosie?
bitch back in here. That some bitch bit me last time I was here.
Oh, my God.
All these guys were in my car when it broke down.
It was a clown car.
Sauce Sports, when we come back, your time to shine. Spotlight on you when we come back.
We're going to really talk about one story. Can't wait.
Wow.
The Fan.
It's hockey season, Wild fans. Get your tickets today for the final home preseason game where your Minnesota Wild will take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Tickets are available now at wild.com/hockey tickets. That's wild.com/hockey tickets to get your tickets today.
Yeah, they're already playing hockey, man. It's unbelievable. It's the best time of year, right?
Great start to the season, too.
Yeah.
The preseason, but
So I'm saying. What a time to be alive. Patrick Morning Show. Mussman's over there, Lieber's over there, and Saucy's over there, and it's his time to shine.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Hi.
The Minnesota Twins are in a free fall that Tom Petty would be proud of. They've lost 22 of 33. They got spanked in their doubleheader, 8-1 and 9-3 against Boston. They are 81 and 75. They are a full game back for the last wild card spot.
Wow.
Plus, now they're only one up on Seattle. They battle the Marlins tomorrow at Target Center at 6:40. Bailey Ober goes for your Minnesota.
So
Twins.
the only really good news for the Twins, if you are still in the group that wants them to make it, I don't think Sauce is, and that's fine.
No.
They are a game behind Detroit, but the other good news, though, is the Royals have lost 7 straight.
They're free falling.
So the final 2 wild card spots are the Royals and Tigers, and the Twins are a game behind both. So if you want to go glass half full, sure, the Twins suck all of a sudden, too, and they're only a game up on the Mariners. But they're chasing 2 teams now, not one.
Don't
Gives
go
them
see some waterfalls.
right. If the Royals continue to fall, the Twins might back into it anyway. 7 straight losses for the Royals.
The Twins have lost 13 of their last 19.
My God.
I know. When it matters the most, right?
Yep.
Oofed.
Yeah, it's
6 games to go.
Wait, where's our bet at?
I need one more loss.
Oh, God. We got to go 5-1 for me to win?
Yeah. The Marlins are terrible, though. You might get a sweep. We might have to sweat it into the weekend.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Didn't the White Sox lose more games than anybody ever has?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're terrible.
Well done, guys.
Their social media, though, is super funny about it.
Super funny.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They scored more than we did. They'll just tweet that, right? They're funny, man. Yeah.
They're embracing how terrible they are.
But that's another thing about this Twins disaster is if you don't get like a bloated record because you get to play them 17 times. Think if the White Sox had won 20 more games and there's 3 or 4 of them against the Twins, it's a totally different thing. They get to beat up on the worst team ever.
Yeah.
Hideous.
Worst team ever. Wow.
Terrible.
Going back to team social media accounts winning very nicely. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, the St. Louis Blues were playing Utah, actually in Des Moines last night, and Utah Hockey Club was their first preseason game now as the Utah Hockey Club.
Terrible name.
And they had a delayed penalty, and they missed the pass, and the puck went into their own net for a St. Louis Blues goal. And the Blues account tweeted, "Congratulations on Utah Hockey Club's first goal as a franchise."
That's pretty funny. That's
That
good.
is funny. Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
So they're called the Utah Hockey Club?
Yes,
Just
they
for
will
this
be
year.
Yeah.
getting a name next
And they
year.
used to be whom?
The Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, okay.
Could they? Yeah.
Okay.
Is it going to be the Yeti?
That's the front runner.
Does that go?
That's
the Cubs?
that's the assumption, but
Okay.
we'll
It's kind of badass. I like Yeti.
I like Yeti. It'd be cool.
Yeah. Jerseys could be cool.
Yeah. Mascot.
Gonna have a great mascot. Yeah, exactly.
It could be like a wildebeest.
They keep my drinks cold for a long time.
Yeah, they're great. My turn?
Sure.
It's been,
Okay. The Gophers lost 31-14 to Iowa.
You're just giving the bad news, aren't you?
Well, I'll give the good.
What a mess.
Sorry,
that
that was
was
loud.
real loud.
Yeah, I don't know. She had a lot to say.
Yeah, the Gophers led 14-7 at half, and then they got run over in the second half. They gave up 24 straight points. They had 5 total first downs and 1 in the third quarter. Iowa had 181 rushing yards to the Gophers' 22 in the second half. It wasn't good. PJ is now 1-7 against Iowa, and now next week they are at Michigan, where they are only 10-point underdogs.
Man, back up the Brinks truck.
PJ is 2-9 in his last 11 games against Power 4 teams.
Ben.
Ow.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben.
I
I wasn't here on Thursday, but I was listening, and they really had me convinced we had a shot to win this. Those two, you know who I'm talking about?
I know.
I can't wait.
Fargo
for
and the
Thursday.
Flasher.
Are you here Thursday, Ben?
Iowa's bit, but they don't score very often.
Well, not this year.
Okay, they've been better
not this year.
Okay.
They've scored a bunch of points this year. They have a new offensive coordinator, and then Cade McNamara came over as a transfer. He's okay,
He had
but
17 yards passing at the end of the first half. 17.
They just could not. They were manhandled. That's just all there was to it. They were pushed around the entire second half. The game went by so quickly in the second half that I didn't even realize it was the end of the fourth. I thought it was the end of the third because they ran the ball so much.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question I already know the answer to? When you were doing your sports update and you were reading it off your phone, you actually did type in, "It wasn't good," right?
That's radical.
You wrote that into your phone?
I did, yeah.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I did.
I would do that.
Oh, Rosie, calm down. Yeah, they're 10-point favorite. They're 10-point underdogs on Saturday, and then they have to play USC.
Only 10 points.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe
Again, anybody want the Gophers plus 10?
I do.
Name your price.
Star.
All right, Star, name your price. Sauce your hands up.
Just wait till Thursday.
Hey, that's a good point.
Don't do that to Tommy.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to do that.
No, ask him off the air how he feels.
Oh, what are you saying? He
About
Just ask him.
oh,
off
about
the air.
football?
Just
I was
ask
going
him.
to say
off.
the other stuff I know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love that he does that.
Oh, Rosie, hockey was there. The Lynx won 102-95 over the Mercury
Yeah, man.
to take a 1-0 series lead.
We were dominant, and then they come roaring back. I ain't gonna lie to you though, guys. I don't know if anybody in that room over there, this room over here, has ever been in the same building as Brittany Griner. I can't believe how huge she is. I knew going in that she's 6'8".
Oh, no.
I know she's 6'8". I know it. She's
Guys, I don't want to have to hit the
enormous.
button. I don't have to. But
Do it.
I mean, for
you have
quality,
to. For the bit, you have to.
Right. If I do it for every man
I don't
on
know
the
what
planet.
you're talking about. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Brittany
That's a
Griner.
huge bitch.
Oh, I can't believe you just did that. How dare you? How could you do that?
Paul, your hands up. Yeah.
I'm offended by everything. But yes, absolutely I would. I have appreciation.
Get a ladder.
Wow.
She had a controversial elbow throw down the stretch there that got reviewed. Phoenix didn't like that call.
Yeah.
That was a huge turnaround when the Lynx and Mercury were basically neck and neck. I think it was a 1-point game.
What a fun game.
She's throwing elbows.
I don't know anything about basketball, but I like it when I like less dunking. I like it when they gotta shoot more. When there's got to be skill, not just I'm 7 feet tall and I'm going to put the ball in the hole. I like it better. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Way to go, Lynx. Game 2, Wednesday night.
Are you going Wednesday?
I might. It's like 8:30 start, and I'm sorry, I'm an old
that
man.
game's at 8:30. Oh, no.
Rosie, are you going?
Oh, I didn't know it was 8:30.
Rosie, you're going to go,
baby.
Oh, I did have tickets. God, I got them 5 months ago.
Why?
Even though playoff tickets went on sale like a week.
Why
I think I'm
can't
going to
you
go. I'm going to go.
Have you got something to do with
I
it?
didn't know it was 8:30. God.
Well, what if it was 6:30?
Bring it on.
It's too late now.
It's fun.
Even if they change the game time, it's too late now.
Playoff atmosphere. It's fun.
Oh.
Ben, you want to go with me? Come on, let's do
No,
this.
8:30 is too late.
Come on. Too late for me.
I do like that Cheryl Reeves' jacket looks like something Kylo Ren would wear.
Oh, absolutely.
It's badass.
Yeah, she's a badass.
Right?
I like it, man.
She
It's
is
pretty cool.
such a good coach.
I want that jacket, but like a man's version, though. Right? That
I didn't see it.
What
I'll
do
have
you
to
mean? What
look
do you
it
mean?
up.
It was a man's version.
Well, I don't want a feminine jacket. This isn't like Michael Scott accidentally cross-dressing. I
good.
want a man's version of what she has.
God, that's such a
like a
great
Sith
scene.
Lord cloak.
Like a pirate coat?
Yeah, but cooler than that, though.
Hawk would buy you one. The Vikings crushed the Texans 30.
We know that.
4-7.
Yeah, we know.
Sam Darnold threw 4 touchdowns and
That's great.
181 yards. Aaron Jones ran for 102, caught a touchdown. JJ caught a touchdown, and the defense was dominating.
A couple of rare drops, Ben, too.
Yeah, what was that about?
And I didn't understand.
Well, one of them I'll say was a drop.
The one he tried to put because the second one was
A little out of his reach,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
got one hand on it. You know, who's the guy that was doing the TV play?
Hawk?
Johnson.
Who was it? Hawk?
Ian Eagle and
Charles Davis.
Charles Davis.
Yeah.
Man,
Charles Nelson Riley.
What?
Vilma does this all the time too, but Charles Davis did it yesterday.
From Scooby-Doo?
That first throw that Justin dropped.
Yeah.
Sure, it was supposed to be like towards the sidelines, right? So he can, like back shoulder, he can extend. But it hit him right in the numbers in both hands. And Charles Davis was like, "Yeah, that's not where Darnold's got to put it, though." And I'm like, okay, you said it once, but now we've seen the replay 6 times. You just got to admit, oh, never mind, right between the numbers. My bad.
Yeah.
First angle made it look like it was a worse. It was, sure, again, it's not ideal, but it's the best receiver in the league, and it hit him in the numbers. That's just a
and he
flat-out
makes
drop.
those look routine.
Yeah, but look at how his body contorts. That's a tough one. Darnold's got to put it. No, Darnold put it right between the numbers.
Yeah. No, you can admit that even great players can make mistakes. And he made a mistake.
And he was very frustrated with himself. You could tell it was never like, man, come on, Sam, put it where... Nope, he slammed his helmet because he was like, how do I drop 2 of these?
But they were even giving it, I don't know, maybe it's the angle of the sun. It's a pretty bright day. They're
making excuses. Just how about he's allowed to have a drop once in a while? Sure, Larry Fitzgerald had like 3 in 20 years, but even the best are allowed to drop a couple. Yeah. Isn't it something like that?
Something crazy like that.
I think it's
3 in 15 years.
I think it's 11. I think we've looked this up before.
It's a number, though, that is
11 drops his whole career.
Ridiculously small.
Whole career? Really?
It's something like that.
Yeah. Well, how would the NFL grade the other quote unquote drop? I mean, would they look at that as a drop?
Yeah, I think.
His hand on the ball, they might call it a drop.
That's an outstretched one-hander.
I know.
I think that one was more on Darnold than JJ. I hope they don't count that as a quote drop.
Right.
100%.
No, thanks, PJ.
Hey, Ben?
Yeah.
Did you think Daniil's hit on our quarterback was dirty?
I'm trying to remember. No, you know what? I never saw the replay.
Oh, okay.
I never saw the replay
He
from
hit
where
him
I went out.
low, but it wasn't. I don't think it was. He wasn't targeting low.
No, it wasn't malicious, and he was low, right? See, he was already like Daniil was down on the ground, going down, trying to just grab, but then it's right into his knee.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is?
Supposed to do,
somebody had posted that was the first roughing the passer call that Daniil's ever gotten in his career.
Oh, wow.
No, wow. And I'm like, how are you a pass rusher? And that's the first roughing the passer you've ever gotten. I mean, even just like accidentally getting your hand in the face mask.
Right, bad call or something.
Bad call or whatever.
Got one weird that is strange.
It was precise.
Did not know that.
How about the crowd going nuts when he came out of the blue tent? So when Darnold goes into the tent, I mean, everybody was like, oh, could you imagine, like even when you're at the draft and you get McCarthy, that how many fans would be like, oh no, Darnold's down?
Yeah.
I know.
And they went nuts when he came back out of the field.
And Sam appreciated that.
Loved it.
He did.
Yeah, the fans' reaction meant everything to me. Just the way that, just not only that, but my entire time here in Minnesota has been amazing with the fans, and they've been great. And then, just with, just Daniil, just kind of, obviously he's a great player and not a dirty player whatsoever. But just getting hit low there, and we'll evaluate it, we'll look at it, but felt good enough to be able to go back in the game.
If this team's on the brink of going 0-3 and Darnold gets hurt and Darnold hadn't been playing that well, if you have McCarthy on the roster and healthy, you're like, sweet, it's JJ time.
Right.
If JJ's hurt and you're about to go 0-3, you're like, well, good, put Mullins in there because we just got a tank anyway. The season's already over, right? This is the one scenario where you're like, Darnold's playing awesome. They're 3-0. And if he goes down, then we have Mullins for a good chunk of time. And the season's going to go south.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, please. But just think, just for one play, we could have seen J.J. McCarthy hand it off. Just once.
Yeah.
God, that'd have been sweet for
I've already put in place the Aaron Rodgers plan for J.J. McCarthy. I've already done it.
It's not impossible, but like Ben said, man, the Brinks truck is going to get backed up if Darnold keeps playing this way. And when you have a quarterback in waiting and McCarthy, it's just so hard to give a guy 4 or 5 years, right?
They won't.
And why would Darnold agree to another 1 or 2 year deal? That's just not an option if he's going to play this well. He wants guaranteed money in an extended spot somewhere.
Did we ever find out what happened with Darisaw?
It was the helmet?
It was cramps.
Oh, okay.
I think. Okay. It was. Yeah. He did whatever he needed to do for cramps. He came jogging back to the sideline, grabbed his helmet, and he was back in the game. So he missed just a short amount of time.
All right, let's go around the room. When we come back, we'll pepper Ben with a bunch of questions, Vikings related, NFL related. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the home of the 3-0 Vikings, the Fan.
The Power Hour is alive right now. Head over to KFAN.com/watch to catch all the action, powered by Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed.
I mean, it's been 20 minutes, too.
Oh, whoops. I was ahead on the thing. My bad.
It's all right, man. Your time doesn't fly. Or maybe it does. Hey, question for you, Sam Darnold. Why are we so good?
I think a lot of it goes into our preparation. The way that we prepared on Friday, our red zone day, and then even, on Saturday, being able to rep some of those plays. And, again, it's just the preparation that we put in throughout the week allows us to go out on the field, play fast and confident.
No doubt we're a well-coached ball field team.
Thank you for your honesty. It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco. Thank you, Radco. Get on in for a Tano cover today. Thank you, Radco. We are a well-coached team on all phases of the game. Wouldn't you agree?
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
Let's go.
That defense is just ridiculous.
It's incredible.
3 games in a row, 5 sacks and 2 turnovers in each game.
Mussman, do you
That's
ever
insane.
watch the game and think that hockey's a football genius?
You know what? I do all the time because you actually mentioned that in the pregame where you're talking about it's crazy already just in 2 weeks. Now 3 weeks, there's one guy who's just going to really ball out. And they're playing. You always hear KOC talk about that complimentary football. But you actually are seeing it. I mean, a lot of times you're just like, okay, that's just, coach speak. But you're actually seeing it on all 3 phases. But defensively, like you said, Cashman balled out week before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gink in that first week. Mm-hmm. And now Grenard, my God, 3 sacks. He almost had 4.
Yeah. And then throwing, once we get Dallas Turner back from injury, I mean, that's the thing is like, you don't know which guy's going to go off on each game because we have so many guys that can get to the quarterback. And let's not forget, we've talked about him, I think, several times already in the first 3 games. Harrison Phillips.
Yes,
I mean, the pressure that he can generate from the inside, the interior, like we've been missing that, it seems like, for the last couple of years. And even when he came
and
over,
Tillery both really been getting some good pressure.
And even in his first year when he came over from Buffalo, we're like, okay, all he really is just a run stopper. Mm-hmm. Something's happened in the last couple of years where he's got a different mentality. Like he trusts himself to actually get to the quarterback now. Like he's like become more athletic, which is weird.
You could say that you could say that he changed the tone of the game yesterday. He gets that hand up.
Yeah.
We get an interception and we're in the catbird seat.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the most telling thing, I guess, a line from a player was when you, Ben, were interviewing Cam Bynum after the game and how he explained it. He's like, it's kind of boring for us back here.
Yeah.
He literally said it's kind of boring back here. He was like, by this time last year, I think he had already had 50 tackles. He was like, it's crazy. That the pressure that they get up from up front makes it so much easier on that back end. It's boring.
Yeah, he's on the back end.
Yep, a lot of things going right now. Offensive line's playing their butt off. You guys talk about Reichard. He seems like he's just locked in. We don't have to worry about him as a fan base. Like, we're going to cross our fingers that the kicker's coming out. Like, nope.
And I love that KOC let him do it instead of just saying, well, we're up by 1 billion points. Mm-hmm. Let's not have the kid just launch a 58-yarder just to do it. Let's just punt. He said, no, get out there.
Yeah.
And he doinked it through.
He doinked it.
Sweet.
And forget about the doink for a second.
Wow.
That would have been good from 65, right? Like that was halfway up the upright.
Hammered that thing.
Hammered it.
Yeah.
Kid's legit.
He's great.
I know that you guys listen to Vikings Country on a regular.
Yeah, all the time.
When is that on?
I listen 3 times every week.
Yeah, 6:30 normally here on the Fan.
I already listened to it and it hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
Wow, you're magical.
Andrew DePaula was on with me last week.
Great dude.
And he tells this awesome story about Will Reichard because I was like asking him, like, man, when he's got his helmet off, standing on the sidelines, I'm sitting there going, oh, that's so nice. The Vikings gave that kid a full uniform and a helmet and everything. And he told me that actually in the preseason games and in the first 2 weeks, that security has stopped him.
Because they think he's like, he doesn't belong here.
Whoa, son. No. He was even going to Andrew. He's like, it happened again.
That's the best.
That's so good.
Wow. Are we gonna pepper Ben?
Sure, let's pepper him.
Yeah. Easy.
You want some pepper? That's the intro.
That lady's back.
It's the intro to the bit. You ready?
Okay.
You want some pepper?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Cory, you're first.
I'm going to steal a hot sauce take.
What?
Wow.
About a month ago, Ben Lieber, Mark Wilf said to the associated media members here around the greater Twin Cities area that Kwesi and KOC weren't getting contract extensions during the season because that's whatever. We can wait. No big deal. Does that change after a 3-0 start in which Brian Flores' defense is crazy good. KOC is getting national praise for being like this quarterback whisperer and like the guy that everybody wants to play for. Does Kwesi or KOC get or Flores even, I guess, do they get contract extensions during this season, or do you wait until after this thing plays out?
Add the zeros. Let's go.
I really don't. I don't know. I know that a lot of things could change. Like, let's just play the crazy game. Let's just say they take us all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That would be sweet.
Yes, you would have to add. You might have to add some money onto these contract extensions, but I don't think it's not like a player's standpoint. I don't think you're not. I don't think you're going to be. You don't have to treat it like it's the franchise quarterback getting wooed in free agency by other teams. Yes, you're going to have to add a little bit of money, but I don't think it's going to be a crazy amount of money. So I do think that you just have to, if he said it a couple weeks ago, I think you just have to stick to that. Like, that's just not our policy. That's not what we do. We don't do head coaches and GM contracts during the course of the season. Then I think you have to stick to that. Or else you just send like mixed messages. And they've been really good from a business standpoint and just kind of like sticking to their guns. So I think that you just wait.
They wait. The interesting one then is Flores, because if the NFL doesn't want to give him a head coaching job yet until the lawsuits are all settled, then what do you do if you're him? Because you could just go to the Wolves and say, give me a number that is head coach money or esque money, and I'll stay almost as long as you want. How do you keep him here beyond this year? And by the way, why doesn't I know you guys have been joking about like the Gophers hiring him, but in all honesty, if that isn't that a way to avoid the NFL and this lawsuit, is just go to college football and just have somebody pay you $10 million a year? Unless you don't want to deal with recruiting.
A team that could use him.
Maybe you just don't want to recruit, though, right? That's the one advantage of being in the NFL is you don't have to deal with the kids.
Can we role play here for a second?
NIL.
Can we role play for a second? You're blind, Brian Flores.
You're blind.
I'm
blind?
Yep. Well, put your heads
down. You want some glasses?
That was a visual joke.
As you would say to me, you're on the radio.
So it was a visual joke. It's for you guys.
I'll be the guy who might hire you. You be Brian Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you do on 3rd and 10? Down 10.
Well, I'm going to let my quarterback sling it.
No, see you next week.
Oh, we're going to have another interview next week?
Yeah, you're out.
Oh, man. I have to wait. Can't we just do the interview now?
You're out.
But I get to come back next week.
Yeah, but you run the ball.
Bend your hands up.
So let me guys ask you none of us really know this question or they answer this question, but I just want to throw this out there. If you think that Brian Flores is just a defensive coordinator, then I think that there's a number that you would pay him. If you think Brian Flores is also defensive coordinator plus scout, possibly defensive GM, like where do you put?
That's a good question.
Because he absolutely had a hand in bringing in Ivan Pace.
Yeah.
Right. The reports are he absolutely had a hand in bringing in Cashman. Like he was talking to Cheryl's in Eden Prairie last year at a kid's soccer game or something. Cheryl's brings up Cashman to him. He goes, yep, not familiar with him. Free agency comes along. They see him in free agency as an available player. Puts on the tape and is like, I want that guy. So we know that he has a hand in building this roster. And they will rely on him defensively for draft and for free agency. So far, Gernard's new, Tillery's new, Van Ginkel's new, Cashman's new, Gilmore gets brought in, Byron Murphy, I don't know who you put that on, Shaq Griffin, Grugier Hill. There's a laundry list of guys that are contributors and big-time players in this defense. Who do you give the credit to? Do you give it to do you give it to the GM and the scouting staff? Sure, because that's their job. Or does Brian Flores have a bigger role when it comes into bringing talent and talent evaluation for his defense? I would like to think that KOC gets to kind of handpick the guys that can run his offense. So I think that Brian Flores is much more than just a defensive coordinator.
But how do you handle it if he wants to be a head coach? How many coordinators did you have, either as DCs that you directly answer to, or just maybe an offensive coordinator on a team that you played for, where you're like, this guy is a 10 out of 10 coordinator, but I don't think I would want him as my head coach. I'm not saying that's the case for Flores, but how often does that happen?
That
where you
happens
have
a lot.
an elite coordinator, but for whatever reason, it just never quite works out as a head coach.
I think it happens more than people realize. And
why is that?
Because there's a lot more administrative stuff that happens as a head coach. You are getting away a little bit from the X's and O's and from the things that really got you into coaching. You just hands down do less coaching. And you have to really, really try and carve out time to be both a coach and the CEO of the team. And some guys thrive in that, which we see KOC thriving in that. And we see other guys that just flounder in that. Spagnuolo, who, I've said that I didn't love playing for the guy as a head coach, but hands down, one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. And his defense in Kansas City gets better and better and better every year. So he's just one recent example of not a great head coach. Everybody in St. Louis would say he just wasn't ready. It was overwhelming for him and he didn't handle it very well, but he can put together a good defense. So
some of those guys just really, like you're saying, really good defensive coordinator. But then when they become a head coach, they can't give up enough to actually let their other coaches and the staff that they handpicked to do their job. And so they get in the way of it.
Yep. 100%. So I guess my point is a long-winded conversation about Brian Flores is that I think that he's much more than a defensive coordinator. I think he is the linchpin to bringing in and evaluating all this talent that we have on defense. And he should get compensated for that. Now, I don't know what that looks like money-wise. It's not my job. But I think that you do what you can to persuade him not to be a head coach, even though he wants to be a head coach, and just lay it out to him and say, you are running the defense. KOC's trusted you with this defense. No other spot, where you have this opportunity as a defensive coordinator. Yes, as a head coach, you get to run the show. But you try to entice him any way you can with money and responsibility and whatever.
Assistant head coach title.
You give him whatever he wants to stay here because the guys love him. And look, from what I know of him, very little, he's very much a family guy. I really truly think that his family enjoys living here and his kids are still young. Let him grow up here, man. Let him grow up here and you can be the defensive coordinator for the next, 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
I like that guy a lot.
Well said.
Yeah, you said that well.
You're really good at this, Ben.
You want some pepper?
Why is that lady
electric?
Hey, I have a football question. Non-Vikings.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, well, that's not the bit, but go ahead.
Oh, I thought somebody said NFL question.
Just go for it. Yeah. Yeah. We don't,
I'll disco for it. Are the Chiefs the worst of the undefeated teams?
I don't care.
Well, the Steelers are undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I think the Steelers are the worst.
Thank you.
That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. Okay, Vikings question.
Sure.
Do you think
Yes.
Brian Flores should be assistant head coach?
Sauce, I have a question for you. I was walking my dogs yesterday during Vikings overtime with Robbie Rosenhaus, Max Fuller, and Meatsauce Paul Lambert.
Yes, sir.
On Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Name both head coaches.
KOC.
And?
Matt. LaFleur?
It's crazy. You just can't say it. They even told you how to say it, and then you still couldn't say it.
Matt LaFleur? How do you say it?
LaFleur.
No, don't tell him.
Oh, sorry.
It's what?
Matt LaFleur.
Still can't do it.
Matt LaFleur? I don't know.
See, Max,
what's your buyout?
Max and Robbie are too nice because they kind of calmly walked you through it, then told you how to say it.
Yeah, they are.
And Muss just did that.
Sorry.
Say it again.
No, you get it.
Matt LaFleur.
Matt what?
I don't know how to say it. How do you say it?
How do you say it?
How do you say it?
He's going to yell at me again.
You live with a Packer fan.
Yes.
You're married to a Packer fan.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to say his name?
No, I don't say it because I don't care about them.
Say it one more time.
Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur?
The Fuhrer?
It's just
He would be coaching the Packers.
it's just crazy that you literally skip a letter.
How do you say it?
I don't want to tell you.
I'm afraid of you saying it the way you say it again.
Matt LaFleur?
Oh man,
Bam.
so close.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Yeah, there's an L in the middle.
Matt LaFleur.
My God, Bueller. My God, Bueller. Please, somebody, Flintstone vitamins to the main studio stat.
Oh my God.
You are vitamin deficient.
Anyway, the Vikes take on the Packers on Sunday. We'll talk more about that after this on The Fan.
The Fan.